How to DEFY toaster.
So we are back for the next video, and this one is how to fix a DEFY toaster. So this toaster has came in, and you can see here we dissected it completely. We removed all the components, and everything is organized as you mentioned before in our other videos. You'll see photos before, videos and so on. And here you are looking at basically the screws that needs to come out in order to get the bottom loose from the top, or the main frame of the toaster. So by taking things apart, we also get to analyze on how these things work. And one thing that we have found out how this toaster works, when you pull a mechanism down on all your toasters that you get, it's electromagnetism that is taking place. So when you pull the lever down, this lever has a magnet on it which connects with the bottom and it locks in, as you can see over there. So the timer on the toaster will basically just be used as to time how long it needs to stay locked in position. And obviously this would equate to how long it needs to heat your bread. In other words, how crispy you want the toast. So let's start the debate. I think that DEFY is better than SMEG. Let's comment, let's debate about this. I think DEFY has way more appliances than SMEG. What is your thoughts on this? So you can see we have the surgical gloves on because you are in surgery. Actually, I have a gown on here. Not too sure why I hesitated there on the correct word. And WD-40, we all know what this is. It's a good lubricant for many things. And one thing about my videos, I will keep it raw in the video because you want to try and do everything in one take. Eventually, like you saw in the other videos, I will do probably in talks, with a video which would refrain from doing these voiceovers, and it will be much easier. The whole idea is to get a lot more content out for you as quick as possible. There you can see we're just fiddling with the thing. We fiddle with it until it starts working again. Maybe I should just keep quiet and let the video do the talking. So the cover, as you will notice there, was quite dirty, the inside and stuff. If you have things for years, I'm not sure how long we have this toaster now, but it gets dirty. Things don't last forever. But here at the Wyman, we revive things. We don't throw it away until really there is beyond repair. So here we are just cleaning, obviously dissecting the thing further and cleaning it more. All those breadcrumbs and so on, left from the years or months ago, or just rather from the time it's being used. Some things you clean and you can't get it perfect because the dirt is in places where you can't get to. So one thing about the Wyman, cleanliness is next to godliness. Whatever job we do, whenever we are done, we always make sure we find the place how we found it. Or rather leave it how we found it. Let me rather not talk anymore because I am clearly stumbling over my words. So you get to see the inside of the toaster here, which is basically just sheet metal. And the way I say sheet metal is when I refer to as being very, very thin. So it can be, what is the correct word? Can someone help me? Malleable? I don't know how to say it. Let me rather keep quiet once again. Wow, what a nice song, eh? You know, I just felt like I had to keep quiet in that moment when that song was playing because it's a song that makes you want to get up and move your jiggly bones, you know? And I wish you could have seen me move my jiggly bones, but hopefully in future videos we will definitely, the Wyman will go dancing. Let's say dancing and singing, or rather karaoke, eh? But other than that, let's get back to the video and not stray or yes, you know those words, you know, the vocab, not stray off the path. So here we are assembling, and you know, to speed up the process we're using an electric drill. And if you are tightening, let's say 10 screws, you know, using a screwdriver, you're going to take forever. At the Wyman, we think about speed of getting the job done quickly but also correctly. So yeah, we are just speeding up the process. You know, if we can speed up one job, we can focus on the next. And we on site, we focus on quite a few, you know, whether it's electrical, plumbing, cupboards, you know, we do full renovations. So that's why let me rather be quiet once again. So the hissing sound, as mentioned in another video, it is the gas heater. You know, we are in the course of winter. However, this footage that I have is from probably months back, you know, all in the archives. So cold winter, you know, the gas heater is out. I believe in gas, you know, whether it's gas stove, gas heater, gas geyser, everything gas, you know. And obviously doing it correctly with installation purposes and so on, and we will also show you that in future videos. So here the circuit board, PCB board, if you want to call it, or so on, is where all the components, that's the brain of the toaster basically, is being put back together. And here we are just basically reassembling everything. And now let's hope that it will last for probably another few years, you know, instead of being thrown straight into the bin. You see now, these screws over here cannot be tightened with the electric screwdriver like you saw, because it is special kind of screws, you know, with triangle fittings on top, so that not anybody can loosen this. You know, it's not your normal Aussie star and flat. You know, if those who want DIY know what I'm talking about. So the tray that you saw that slid open and close, that is obviously for the breadcrumbs. You know, one could actually collect the crumbs and use it for your lasagna dishes and so on, for that nice crunchy effect. And later on you will see, actually, we have a chicken broccoli video coming up, and we actually use breadcrumbs, not on the toaster though. And there you see everything is assembled, and the last thing to do would obviously to make a nice peanut butter. Okay, first to clean it obviously thoroughly, that is, and then definitely a nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now the jelly that I like is strawberry jelly, you know, I like strawberry jam. And here we can see it working. You know, we have the defrost function, we have the light on, just so that you can see the elements heating up. And you know, job well done, as of many. And here we can see the toast going in. And the final tests are proven not guilty. Thank you for your time.